Now moving towards another part. Before this we have studied about the lower level, top level, then the fluid level also. Now basically the next part is accumulation of bacteria on solid surfaces is not an exclusive dental phenomena. Means that it is not in a unique that bacteria will accumulate. In most of the materials, the bacteria actually accumulate. Bioflames are actually ubiquitous. It means the bioflames are present everywhere. They are formed on usual all surfaces that are immersed in the natural aqueous environments. Bioflames basically are particularly fast in flow systems where the regular nutrient supply or the growth of bioflame is fast in those areas where the nutrient supply to the bacteria is very rapid. The rapid formation of visible layers of microorganisms means if you see the rapid formation of visible of microorganisms is due to the extensive bacterial growth. Means it is why? Because the bacterial growth is very fast, and as well as the excretion of the copious large amount of of extracellular polymers is also typically more for the bioflames. Of course, when the growth is fast, so the secretion by the bacteria will be all very fast. So there will be actually rapid formation of visible layers of microorganisms. Bioflames effectively protect bacteria from antimicrobial agents. Yes, very important point. When you basically you never prescribe antibiotics to the patient who has large amount of biofilm, because that antibiotics will not affect the do not affect the patient's teeth, because there is actually a protective layer which is actually biofilm. So treatment with antimicrobial substance is often unsuccessful unless you does not remove the biofilm mechanically. Now, adhesion mediated infections. They are saying that developed on permanent or temporary implanted surfaces means basically biofilm developed on permanently or temporary materials such as like intravascular catheters, like in heart uses, vascular prostheses or heart valves are notoriously resistant to antibiotics and tend to persist until the device is removed. Means the infection stays there until you does not actually remove that cause, and the antibiotics does not work. Medically significant biofilms that can be found on medical or dental implants, okay, contact lenses, pacemakers that are artificial pacemakers placed in the heart, artificial joints, and also teeth. 65% of cases may be biofilm induced, like TB, cystic fibrosis, subacute bacterial endocarditis, and also periodontal disease, of course. Biofilm allows organisms to stick and multiply on the surfaces that we have studied. Attached bacteria that does not move grow in a biofilm display a wide range of characteristics. The bacteria that grow in the biofilm has a huge range, basically, that provide a number of advantages over single cell or single bacteria. We also known as planktonic bacteria. When a single bacteria is attached to the hard surface in a biofilm, or when a group of bacteria actually present in the biofilm, so basically when there is a group of bacteria attached, so basically they can resist better the mechanical forces as compared to the single bacteria when attached. Actually, single bacteria cannot resist forces so much. Now, the interactions among bacteria species living in biofilms takes place at several levels. Means when they live in a community, the bacteria, or in a biofilm, so at what levels basically they exchanged, or at what levels they interact, is basically on the physical contact, metabolic exchange, small signal molecule mediated communication, and exchange of genetic information. Physical metabolism, small signal molecule mediated communication, and exchange of genetic information as well. You can see here basically. Okay, now coming to the very important, which is actually a composition of dental plaque or biofilm. The intracellular matrix consists of organic unorganic materials, which is either basically saliva, gingival, clavicular fluid, or bacteria products. Okay, now first of all, organic matrix contains of course proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and DNA. So polysaccharides, proteins, glycoproteins, okay, then lipid material and DNA also. Let's discuss albumin. Albumin actually originates from the clavicular fluid that has been identified as a component of the plaque matrix. Okay, albumin is present in the clavicular fluid and it is actually present in the plaque matrix. The lipid material that actually consists of a debris from the membrane of disrupted bacteria or the host cells are possibly food debris. Means the lipid that actually comes either from the disrupted bacteria membranes or the host cell membranes, and also the food debris in which the lipid is present. Glycoprotein, which comes from the saliva, is an important component for the pellicle formation that actually coats a clean tooth surface, but they also become incorporated into the developing plaque biofilm. Polysaccharides actually that is produced by bacteria also contribute to the organic portion of the matrix. They play a major role in maintaining the integrity of the biofilm. Very important. Now, unorganic contents and their sources. Unorganic consist of calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, and fluoride. The source of unorganic contents of supragingival plaque is actually saliva, and unorganic content of subgingival is actually clavicle fluid actually.